Yo, 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 it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Coming in real, coming in hot, coming in real, coming in hot, man. Again, welcome guys again here for another lovely, interesting nightly show of Have Hope Sort Live, man. So again, as we all do, man, look, man, this is where I just bring you interesting topics, maybe topics that are trending, topics that you guys want to talk about, or just whatever is currently in the news. So I just thought, this whole versus battle thing that's happening on Instagram, I wanted just to comment on that because I wanted just to, this is probably going to be much more of a musical live show. I'm not going to be playing any music, but in terms of me, it's kind of like promoting certain musical stuff for you and musical rare recommendations. Because again, look, everyone loves music. And I just think that there are particular pieces of music that I think you guys should be interested in. So we're going to just talk a little bit about, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, the kind of neo soul R&B. Talking a bit about R&B, maybe the state of music, and we're going to talk a bit about Nelly and Ludacris as well. Nelly's music, Ludacris's music, and also because they're supposed to be battling on Saturday. So just talking about Nelly's career and the career of Ludacris as well, and why Ludacris is one of the most underrated rappers. Before we get there, though, shout out to everyone in there. I'm here munching on my sandwich, man, my salmon sandwich. But before we get that, we need to talk about Boris. We have to talk about Boris. So, in case you don't know, Boris Johnson has announced a new slogan for England during this whole pandemic thing. And Homeboy's new slogan is, drumroll please, ready for it? Stay alert. That's his new slogan. His new slogan is stay alert. That's it. Stay alert is his new slogan. His slogan is such a brick. It's such a Class B slogan that Scotland and Northern Ireland, countries who are supposed to be parts of England in the United Kingdom, which is basically in the English Kingdom, they've said, that's for England. We're not doing that. So Nicola Sturgeon, who's the Prime Minister of Scotland, she was like, okay, you can do that. We're still doing this whole stay home thing. Because as people have said, because I've just been looking online at people's reactions to the whole thing, and people are saying, wait a minute, what does stay alert mean? So when I now go out, I've got to be like, oh, because my assumption is, okay, so if someone sneezes or coughs, I've got to just be like wary and sort of from them. But as we've known, which is why people have said to stay home, is scientists don't know how this stuff is transmitted. They still don't know about the science of this stuff. And people say that you can have it and not know you have it. You can have this thing and not know that you have it. So how then can you stay alert and really sort of focused and prevent yourself from getting it if you don't know who has it and who doesn't have it? So this again just shows that, look, Boris Johnson, what up? Boris Johnson is, shout out to people in there, how are you doing? I'm doing good, man. Boris Johnson is a brick. He's a brick. And for me, I took him out of the Brick Academy because I said, look, it seemed a bit wrong having him in the academy while he was in hospital. But once now out of hospital and he's fully well and everything, thank goodness for that. This dude has to be in Class A of the Brick Academy. Because remember, I didn't vote for this dude. I voted for the flipping Green Party. I don't know how a guy can. I thought that he learns from the stupidity of the herd immunity. That, okay, that was bad. Now because again, I said to people, the reason why England are going to take a long time before they get back to normality, and the reason why it's going to be a long time before the Premier League can say what's up, is because of herd immunity. Herd immunity sets England back probably a month and way behind Germany, France, Italy, and all these dudes. So the thing about it is, I'm looking at this right now, and I'm saying to myself that it might be every man for himself in England. It might be every man for himself in England, because you'd have to be stupid to follow this dude, man. You have to be stupid to you'd have to be stupid to follow this dude into anything. You'd have to be completely and utterly stupid, because this, because do you know what I always find interesting? Because the same thing with Trump as well. People sometimes say that, wait a minute, no, you should always follow the leader. He's your president. He's the leader. He's there to lead you. You can't have violations. Your leader. So if the captain of a ship says, I want you to jump into this fire, because we'll say, no, you have to always follow your leader. I want you to jump into this flaming hot pile of fire. Do you just jump in there? You know that you will die. You know this is stupid. But do you just do that because he's your captain? Because captains are still human beings. They're still flawed. So all because he was elected, I didn't elect the dude. So all because he's elected doesn't mean that you should follow him and listen to him. Boris Johnson is a moron. He is a moron, and he has proven himself to be a total, complete moron. Because as a government, I remember the thing that's shocking, that this is supposed to be full of the smartest people who've gone to Oxford, eating all that crap, all that posh bull crap. So he's supposed to be the smartest dudes around. And amongst all of you smart dudes, the best message you could give to the people is stay alert. Stay alert, man. So that our leader can't even comb his hair. No, I think I put out a tweet. I think I actually put out a tweet that said, I cannot follow somebody who doesn't know how to comb his hair. I can't. I cannot follow someone who can't. If you can't present, if you're not presentable, how the hell? How can I follow a guy who can't dress well, whose hair is going all over the place? I mean, I can't do that. I can't do that. So it's just, I thought he had already addressed people already. Is he addressing people now? I thought he had already addressed people already. Well, look, it is what it is, man. Because for me, I just want to know, and I think this is something that hopefully we get an answer for somewhere down the line. I just would want to know the reasoning behind Boris Johnson looking for herd immunity. Because the thing is this, though, is that I do believe that, and I think even Rod, you even saying to me, I told you, that a lot of people are going back to work on Monday. There's this desperation from England of let's get back to work as soon as possible. And my thing is that, of course, you want to keep the economy going, you want to keep things going, but you cannot do it at the detriment of people's health. Because, God forbid, you send people out in England, say, boom, back to work and everything, and you now have another huge spike in infections. Because again, you go back to the slogan, what the hell does stay alert mean? What does that mean? So, because if you send people out to work, so people should just be doing social distancing within an office space, that's going to be very difficult to maintain for particular jobs and for particular workplaces. So the stay alert thing doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But I do believe that there is a belief that they really want to push this thing on. Let's just get England out there and back to work as soon as possible. But you can't rush these things. This is key. It has to be systematic. It has to be slow and systematic, because I think my friend sends me something on WhatsApp that I think are the different stages as to how they actually want to reopen um, um, England. There's like, a stage one, a stage two, a stage three. So I think maybe they're still going through that, because what you don't want is, oh, everyone go back, and then no, because what you want is stage one. Let's see what happens. If stage one there's a huge spike, all right, let's go back stairs home. So stage one, fine, cool. Stage two, fine. So by every stage that you go through, that's how you now know that, all right, we're now cool, everything is good, we can ride in. Look, Rod, tell me what the dude says, man. I'm not listening to that clan. I mean, I'll find it out on. So I don't watch the news. I don't know how many of you people watch the news. The news is biased. BBC, Sky, CNN, they're all biased because they're all bots. So I don't watch the news. I view, because Twitter is just information. So for me, what's happening? And living in this internet age, you will find out what is happening just via Twitter. Very easily, you'll find out what's happening via Twitter, and beyond there, it's cool. So I don't need to look at all of this crap that people are having. It's interesting you mentioned Theresa May. So maybe this is my last thing before we go into the whole versus battle thing. So as you well know, I'm Nigerian. And so when I was so basically what's used to happen before Theresa May was, if you spent 5 continuous years in England, you could become an English citizen. Or I think what they used to have is, if you were born in England, you automatically became an English citizen. But once Theresa May came in, she said, nope, you have to spend 10 continuous years to qualify for an English citizen. And even if you're born in England, you still have to spend 10 years to become a citizen. So can you just think of that logic? Remember, for most countries, I think even in America, if you're born on American soil, you're American. That's why they call the whole. I think Theresa May was saying that she didn't want like what's called anchor babies, people coming in, having their babies here, and then them becoming citizens. But for most countries, if you're born on the soil, you're a citizen for that country. But Theresa May said no. So the reason why I had to pretty much go to So basically, yeah. So the reason why I had to pretty much go to court all this several times, because these dudes actually wanted to kick me out, because I think I'd missed a thing on my visa or something, and they were trying to say, no, get this dude. So even if I was born in London and I spent most of my years in London, the Home Office were still trying to screw me over because of how hard-edged Theresa May's new thing was. Because basically the conservatives are like, these guys are basically like hardcore ultra England. Like Labour are more like, okay, let's use more of the guys coming through, but conservatives are like, screw the immigrants, let's screw these guys over. So so Theresa May, not a fan of Theresa May. So we let Boris down, guys. Anybody who sees whatever Boris says, tell me what it says, because for me, it's pretty much irrelevante. So, how many of you guys know of this versus Instagram battle? How many of you guys know about this stuff? So let me just give you a rundown of what this is about. So basically, we're here quarantining, whole coronavirus stuff, and people want something to do and everything. And for me, I am not a huge. Before this whole pandemic thing, I was not a huge Instagram user, because I've always said that Instagram are mainly for women, really, because women love taking pictures of themselves and just like to show off of themselves. Even if most of the images you see on Instagram, it's fake tits, fake face, fake booty, because they're using these filters. They're using all the filters, so it's all fake. But women just love, not all women, but a lot of women love putting off that fake imagery of who they are, even if who they are is not actually real. But obviously, it's doing this on Instagram. And then, so you guys must have heard of Swiss Beats and Timbaland, two of the biggest producers, well, hip hop producers of all time. So they then did like a battle on Instagram of like, where I play beats, you play beats, I play beats, you play beats, and people just keep a score of like, okay, who had the better beats or the better playlist. So that got a few things. So what they then said is, you know what? Since people are desperate for entertainment and they're desperate for things to do. Let's actually try and put this out to other people. So they got some different R&B guys out. I mean, Neo was involved. Then they did Manny Fresh and Scott Storch. But I think the really big one that really got the headlines was Teddy Riley against Babyface. You know, these are two huge R&B icons. And obviously the big thing was how in the first one between Teddy Riley and Babyface, Teddy Riley was his sound. I'm talking like this sound. You needed to build a wing for this sound. His sound was awful, like echoing all over the place because he was just trying to do too much. But he ended up getting memed and people and mocking him. But it ended up just being cool. They did a second one. It was cool, and I think got about almost 800,000 viewers and everything. So this has now really been a thing. So every kind of Saturday, they set up a thing of two artists who make similar music, and they then do beats. So as they were doing all this, they said, wait a minute, we've had all these guys, no woman. And guys are like, so no, we have, but what is the right battle to have two women in? Well, what's the right thing to have two women in? Because we've had all these battles, two women in. And then I was just scrolling through and I said, boom, Erykah Badu against Jill Scott. Now, you may not have heard of them. You may have heard their music. I will grant that you may not have heard about them. So there's R&B, which, yeah, it's cool. There's R&B is there. But then there's this thing called neo soul, because within every music you have subgenres. Like in rap, there's like, you know, the hardcore gangster rap. There's like, you know, the conscious rap, and obviously now maybe you may say the emo rap. In rock, you may have heavy metal, you may have grunge music, you may have alternative. So there are many different subgenres. So neo soul is a subgenre of R&B, and I think pretty much the two kind of the best, you would argue, of neo soul are Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. So, because again, that's why I said it's so good. What they've done is that because every single time they do a battle, if you guys are on Spotify or Tidal, they've done a playlist of all the songs that they've done. Because the beauty about that is that if, let's say, you're getting into music and you're like, all right, I can't really listen to a whole album, because sometimes when you listen to an album, even if it's their best album, this is really their best songs. But the beauty of this playlist is that these are the best songs that these artists feel that they've made. So this is 20 or 25 of what they believe are their strongest songs, all put on a playlist in a specific order. So that's why it's great to listen to. So now you know, okay, I'm now listening to the best of them. So that's why I say that. Because again, I'm not a big fan of R&B. Like there's some R&B songs that I love, but with regards to the genre of R&B, I'm not the biggest fan. But again, look, I like Long Walk, head of Jill Scott's Long Walk, and I think Tyrone from Erykah Badu. They've made some pretty big songs. But this morning I listened to the playlist and it's like, it's a really good vibe. It's a really good vibe because it's very unique, because the lyrics they have and how they construct the songs is very unique. So that's why I really recommend you viewing them. But I think what was beautiful about their Instagram so-called battle was they weren't even keeping score. It was how appreciative they were of one another, and the sound quality was on point. There was no Teddy Riley echo. There's none of that stuff. Everything was super on point, man. So that's the thing that in there, man. So I don't know what I say, man. But I said, but look, I said the IG thing is cool, man. I think it's cool. But the issue with the IG is that you need to have like a great sound system, because if you don't have a great sound system, then you're pretty much screwed. So Nelly and Ludacris. Let me tell you something about Ludacris. Right now. Ludacris has to be one of the most underrated rappers of all time. Easily. And what I've always said about Ludacris is that Ludacris could be one of the best rappers of all time if he had better content. So it's almost similar to kind of the issue I have with Eminem. It's kind of the issue I have with Eminem because the thing about rap is it's about content. Rap is about content. Rap isn't just about skill. Rap is really about content. And I think Ludacris is technically a great rapper in the way that he raps, the way that he brings his words together and so forth. I think this guy is supremely great and amazing. Just that he isn't saying anything. The issue with Ludacris is he isn't saying anything. But Nelly now, and it's funny how, see, not many people will know who Nelly is. Because, you see, Ludacris is still making rap songs now. And I think the thing with Ludacris is that it's the Fast and Furious films. The Fast and Furious films, and also he had that song that came out on Tropic Thunder. So those are the ones that he had there. But the issue is with Nelly, though, is that Nelly had a massive boom. He had a huge boom because there was a time in which Nelly was one of the biggest artists in the world. Because if you remember Country Grammar, I will be shocked if people here don't know have not listened to Country Grammar. You know, so because if there's anyone here who didn't listen to that song, then I don't know, because that is what that was. I don't know the year it came out, but Country Grammar by Nelly was easily the biggest song of the year. Easily the biggest song of the year because it was #1, and literally that is what's made him famous. Obviously, he had other tracks and everything, and that's because really, I think he's from St. Louis, and this is during the time of the Renaissance of the South. So obviously, the Outcasts were like the first band who made the South famous and popular. They had Miss Jackson, but again, the South just isn't where Outcasts are from, like, which is like I think ATL. The South constitutes of many different states and so forth, and St. Louis is where Nelly and all those guys are from, and they have their own specific sound. So in the South, you have just like the New York sound is different from the Philly sound, which is different from the Detroit sound. So how guys rap in Detroit is different from how guys rap in Philadelphia, very different from how guys rap in LA. It's like the way that Kendrick raps is very different from how what's Joey Badass raps. Because for me, Joey Badass I think is a superb, amazing young rapper. But the thing about Nelly though is that in his time he was huge. So when you're not comparing Nelly and Ludacris, it's a bit of at first you think it's a bit of a weird matchup, but when you think about it, it makes sense based on the music they make, because they make big mainstream records. They don't make introspective records. It's like, for instance, if you were to put Common against Ludacris or Talib Kweli against Nelly, that would make no sense. Because Talib Kweli and Common are conscious rappers, like Mos Def. Mos Def against a Ludacris makes no sense because the music that Mos Def makes and what he's talking about is completely and utterly different from what these other dudes are on, man. So that's the thing there. So, but with Nelly, I don't know how Nelly gets Ludacris, man, because Ludacris has made huge tracks for a longer period of time. You know, for a longer period of time, Ludacris has, and it's not only the tracks he's made, also the features he's been on. Because as far as a guy featuring on your track, Ludacris is definitely one of the best at featuring on a track, man. So, I mean, dude has been huge. Dude has been huge. So, I think that match is going to be happening on Saturday, man. But I would recommend you guys view these Instagram battles, man. But then again, it's like, you see, the thing about them is, and this is why how we not get to our music conversation. I find it very hard to get into new music, which is something that I need to sort of like get past, because for me, I'm like, I know. So whenever I put on Tidal, I've got my playlist, which I'll probably be sharing some of my stuff to you guys soon. But I've got my playlist, and I'm like, boom, I just go on my playlist, and I so very rarely will I go and listen to something that's new. But the best thing for me is whenever I find a really good, a new really good song or a new band that I like, and then I'll do a deep dive into that band that I like, man. Because then that just opens up a whole portal of music that I'm into. And I know many people keep saying, and I've put it down. People keep saying, what's it called? Travis Scott. Travis Scott, Travis Scott, Travis Scott. So I will listen because again, if it's good, I will listen to it. I remember when people were talking about gosh, what's the name of this dude? Oh, I've totally forgotten the name of this dude. This rapper who did a thing with why have I forgotten the name of this dude? Goldlink. Again, I kept on hearing the name Goldlink. And what it was that there's a soundtrack of Power, and he did a song on this Power soundtrack called Aquafina. And when I heard this Aquafina thing, I was like, oh my God, man, wow. Aquafina, like damn. Then when I then head in there, I was like, okay, this is now cool. Then it then opened a portal for me for this whole Golding thing, and I was like, okay, man, let me listen to this dude and everything, man. So, so let me just see what you guys are saying. Another fun fact: Ludacris has. I heard about this that he went to Gabon or something, and he got citizenship there in Gabon. Because I know that I think he went to Nigeria. I think he went to Nigeria, man, at a point. So wait, so has Boris finished his speech? So did anybody watch Boris's speech? You know, did anybody actually watch Boris's speech? You know, because again, just rewinding back to this whole Boris thing, man, is my thing about this is that how, because you say to yourself that because see, when I don't normally vote, because I believe that unless I'm voting for myself, it's cool. Because I don't believe in the idea of voting for anyone. Like for me, I just think that's just stupid. But the thing though, is how does someone like a Boris get into power? See, now my thing is this: understand how Trump gets into power, but not Boris. You see, someone like Trump, I get it. I was still shocked though. I was still shocked that Trump got into power. But when you look at rural America, you look at Arizona, you look at the South, you look at a lot of these dudes. Oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense how Trump can get into power, because see, Trump is smarter than Boris. Because say all he wants with Trump is a conning dude, and he's a con artist. So to be a con artist, you have to be smart and you have to have some brains. But for someone like, because see, my thing about Boris is England presents itself as being very smart and sensible, and I still believe that England has some of the most sensible people in the world. But for a country that prides itself on being sensible, I find it odd and crazy that England voted in for this dude, a dude that's a complete clown. A dude that's a complete clown. So actually, let me just wait. Are you trolling or are you being real? Are you trolling or are you being real? Please tell me that you're trolling. Meek Mill over DMX? Do you realize that many people put DMX as one of the greatest rappers of all time? He's on many people's list as one of the greatest rappers of all time. You know, like Meek Mill is cool. DMX is legendary. Like the impact, see, and that's my thing here. I don't know whether we want to talk about great rappers and everything. When the Rough Rider anthem came, that hits like a flipping nuclear warhead. Meek Mill has not had any song that has hit harder than Rough Rider's anthem. And do you want to now talk about Party Up? We want to talk about We Ride Here? Like, DMX has anthems, like worldwide supreme anthems. And in terms, and again, this is my key thing: content. Con- what content does Meek Mill have? DMX, some of the songs that DMX has, this guy is going in, and that's why I said, see, rap is about who you are as a person. And when you see DMX gets interviewed, you hear him talk and everything. DMX is a very introspective dude. The dude is a very introspective dude. So for me, Meek Mill isn't sniffing DMX. Meek Mill is not sniffing DMX, man. So what do you think of DMX's music, and what do you think of him saying he is the only one who can take Jay-Z in a hit battle? DMX is not for me. He is just an old school. For me, I'm not the biggest fan of DMX's catalog, but I'm a fan of how he raps. I don't think there's like a DMX album that like I love, but again, if you can get on my playlist, that means you've done something right. So there are tracks that DMX has done. You're gonna make me lose my mind up in here. You're gonna make me act a fool. Like no. For me, DMX is easily a better rapper than Meek. For me, it's not close. It's not close in terms of rapping technicalities. It is insulting to put Meek Mill and DMX in the same thing. Because I think Meek Mill's like, I mean, no, don't. Like this guy is saying stuff. This guy is delivering messages. Meek Mill isn't delivering the kinds of messages that DMX is doing. I already said this before. The only person that can take out Jay-Z in a hits battle is Drake. But in terms of rap, nobody can match Jay-Z in a hits battle for rap. You can't. If you just look at Reasonable Doubts, Blueprint, and the Black Album, in those 3 albums, he's got about 10 or 15 tracks that nobody can say. And let's just say for fun, let's just throw in Big Pimpin' in there as well. Let's just throw in Hard Knock Life. No rapper can go hits for Jay-Z. The thing with Drake is that Drake is half rap, half R&B. So I don't view Drake as a rapper. Drake is just a artist. He's a hybrid, So in terms of hits, Jay-Z's catalog is too deep. And I'm not even talking about his features. His catalog is too deep. Because just as I was looking, I was like, man, Jay-Z, do you know how deep Jay-Z goes? So for me, DMX has some big, huge anthems. But if they should say, okay, 20 hits, after 6 or 7, I think DMX is done. I think DMX has like 6 or 7 huge tracks. But Jay-Z can go in for 20, 25 easily. 2025 easily. He can go in, man. Here we go. Now we're talking. The only one that can go here. Now we're talking. I forgot about this dude. Yes. You see, initially, I think it was me and Identity saying this. See, I was saying to myself that Kanye West is a producer. He's not a rapper. I've never rated Kanye West as a rapper. He's really mainly a producer who can also rap okay as well. But when you look at the first 3 albums of Kanye West, those are superb albums. And you can pick up a few songs from those, but from those three albums, so that would be a very good battle. I still think Jay-Z wins. But that would be a very good. That would be Jay-Z could even put something on 444. But that would be a very good battle. Because remember what we were saying about Kendrick, that Kendrick has 3 classics. Wait, let me see. What is because Kanye West discography. So this guy, I think he has, they don't put his stuff in order. So he began with College Dropout, then Graduation. Yeah. So College Dropout, Graduation, and Late Registration. Those are 3 very good albums. You could argue those are three classics. Same thing with Kendrick. Like, just like for me, I feel Kendrick's three. Kendrick's first three albums for me are the strongest first three albums of any rapper in history. Like College Dropout is huge. Then I don't think Late Registration is really as big as because I think it goes College Dropout, Graduation, and Late Registration. I think, or is Graduation after Late Registration? I think the third one isn't really as good as the first two, but Good Kid, Mad City, To Be With Butterfly, and Damn, those are three huge albums. No rapper, again, let me hear it. No rapper has come out the gates with three huge albums out of the gates. No one has. You see, it's like, really? Like, what? I mean, like, how do I respond to that, man? How do I don't even know how I respond to that, man. Like, how? I mean, like, what do I even say? You see, what I say is Kanye West, I don't view Kanye West as a rapper. I view him as a producer. Remember, he began as a producer, and he is a very good producer. And I've never rated him as a rapper. I just never have. When you compare him to other top tier rappers, you can't so whenever I see a list of like top 20 rappers and I see Kanye West there, I'm like, how they're literally, I can literally name you 50 rappers better than the whole of the Wu-Tang squad are better than Kanye. That whole Wu-Tang clique are better rappers than Kanye West. But Kanye West's strength isn't his rapping. It is, well, before he met Kim Kardashian, how he could construct an album. So the way in which he could construct an album was huge, man. So you see, the thing about Ether is this. By the way, the greatest diss ever is Second Round KO by Cannabis to LL Cool J. Look it up. Second Round KO, Cannabis. That is the greatest diss ever. I'll tell you why in a few. Let me tell you about Ether. Takeover is a better song. Takeover is the better song. It's a better beat, and the song works better. The beat for Ether is trash. People wouldn't say that. That's just that people are just caught up in what Nas said. The thing about it is that Nas said such crazy stuff that is true, and it was such a crazy comeback that people were like, "Oh wow!" But the actual song itself isn't a very good song. So, but the reason why I say Cannabis Second Round K was greatest diss ever is you have to understand what it is. First of all, it's a great track. It's a great song. It's superb rapping by Cannabis. Cannabis was an up-and-coming rapper he was just up-and-coming, so he was just really getting his feet wet. LL Cool J is seen as one of the pioneers of rap. So he's seen as one of the rapper gods, one of the guys who really is one of the fathers of rap. So for Cannabis to have the balls as an up-and-coming rapper to go up against LL Cool J is insane. It is insane. You're going up against LL Cool J and you're just an up-and-coming rapper. Hence why that is what killed his career. Because I think it was unfair, because for me, if you're being fair, Cannabis just got you. Give him his props. That should have been his entrance into having a rap career. But the thing with Cannabis is just that. See, I've always said this is that Cannabis is like Ronaldinho. His peak, for me, is the greatest peak in rap. At his peak, nobody has rapped as well as Cannabis. At his peak, just like his peak was too short. But there was a period in time where, like, I think late 90s, early 2000s, where you were frightened of having Cannabis on your track. You put Cannabis on your track, he's destroying you. Cannabis was on a Very Much track, he destroyed Very Much. Cannabis was on a Common track, he destroyed Common. Cannabis was on a track with Redman and so forth. There was a time when Cannabis was doing crazy features. Like, who is this dude? He just didn't have a long enough career. But at his peak, Same thing with Dino. At his peak, he was in flipping sane. He was in flipping sane, man. Or I think, did I miss a super shitty? All right, let's check this out. Jay-Z can't beat Jay-Z can beat the great Eminem in hits for hits. Yes, he can, because Eminem doesn't. Eminem's hits aren't rap hits; they are pop mainstream hits. So if you're having a rap battle, there are rap hits and there are mainstream hits. I always say that Eminem for me is a pop artist, one of the greatest pop artists out there. But in terms of hip hop, within the hip hop community, he can't have. He just doesn't have rap hits. In the hip hop community, Eminem isn't seen as one of the greats. He just isn't within hip hop circles. Within the mainstream, my gosh, he's one of the biggest pop artists of all time. He's huge. But in a hits for rap, no, it's not happening. Because so to go against Jay-Z in a rap battle, you need rap hits. You can't play My Name Is in a rap battle. You can't play The Real Slim Shady in a rap battle. Okay, because so those songs are cool. Listen to them on radio and pop, but in terms of for rap aficionados. So if they're doing in terms of rap heads, wait, what is this stuff? You can't just put on this stuff in a rap battle. No way. So it's nah. You can't have Eminem doing that, man. You see, that's the thing about Eminem. I think someone even mentioned this, is that his music ages like milk, because his music was very much of the time. And it was like, wow, because it was so huge, because he was going after all these guys, and he was like, nah, he was saying all this crazy controversial stuff. But when you listen to Eminem in 2020 and listen to it doesn't age well. It feels out of date, because yeah, you can have all the rapping quality, but his content was very much of that time, or the late 90s and early 2000s. If you put in an Illmatic or a Reasonable Doubt, that stuff is timeless. Like Illmatic literally ages like fine wine, because you're like, oh wow, the stuff that Nas is saying is still relevant today. The kinds of things that he's talking about is still relevant today, because the content is so deep that you can really connect with. But Eminem just doesn't have his the kind of thing, man. And see, that the key thing about rap is that beat selection is very, very key. And once Eminem left Dr. Dre, the music was, for me, I think that's 3 albums. It was cool. After the 3rd album, it became ugly. It became real ugly after that 3rd album. After that 3rd album, it became real ugly, man. Now, there's this thing about Fitty. And I don't know how to feel about this, because trust me, ask my friend, I was the biggest 50 Cent fan. Because I remember when Wangster came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's that? And I don't know whether you guys do it, I had the 50 Cents. Let me pull it up. This is what I had. I had the 50 Cents poster. Wait. Let me show you the 50 Cent. Because this was, yeah. Oh, is it this one? Oh, where is it? No, it's not that one. You see, they don't have it, man. There was a 50 Cent poster I had, and someone stole it. Someone stole it, which really pissed me off. No, it wasn't this one, but there was a 50 Cent poster that I had, and someone stole it, because I was obsessed. But let me just see whether I can find this poster. Oh no, it's not there, man. Yes, this is it. This was yes. Yeah, this was the poster I had. This was the 50 Cent poster that I had away. Open image in new tab. Yeah, this was the 50 Cent poster I had huge on my wall in school, you know. And I remember when the hype for when Get Rich or Die Trying came out. And Get Rich or Die Trying is, see, that is the very definition of a rap. That's like a blockbuster rap album, you know. You see, that is the definition of where it's banger, 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 like just banger, banger, banger. And the thing with 15 is that album was so huge. It was so successful. It's made. I'm trying to think. Maybe you guys can help me. Has there been a rap album that has had a bigger impact upon release than Get Rich or Die Trying? Has there been a singular album that has done more for an artist, especially a rapper, than Get Rich or Die Trying? The reason why I say that is that it was so huge, he didn't have to make another album. All the rest of 50 Cent's albums are trash. I don't care what you guys say. Every album after Get Rich or Die Trying was trash. Actually, the one he did before, where he's like, I think this was before he got shot, where he insults Puff Daddy and all the Guess Who's Back. I think it's Guess Who's Back. That's a very good album. But the album was so huge, it was so successful. The guys were like, oh, I mean, so he didn't have to make another good album. The reason why he can do Power, he has all these views, was that album was so huge. Which is why I say that all you need is one huge album. All you need is one huge album. Nas first 3 Illmatic, it was written, I am. You see, I am coming around to it was written. Illmatic is one of the best albums of all time. Forget rap. Illmatic is the greatest rap album of all time. Illmatic is one of the greatest albums of all time. I don't care what anyone says. I am coming around to It Was Written. I think It Was Written is growing on me. At first, I was like, I wasn't a fan of It Was Written. It's growing on me. It is growing on me. And now I'm saying, you know what? This is a very good album. I Am isn't a classic. I Am isn't a classic. It's decent. It isn't a classic, but maybe I should listen to it again, man. You see, the thing about the Chronic though is, are we going to deny the NWA album? Did the Chronic really change Dr. Dre's life as much as Get Rich or Die Trying changed 50 Cent's life? Because I would argue that the NWA album had a bigger impact than the Chronic. The Chronic is obviously a huge classic, but the NWA album, I think, had I think someone said it. See, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Who said it? Doggy Style. Doggy Style is a good shout. Guys, Doggy Style is a damn good. Doggy Style is a flipping Doggy Style from top to bottom. Boom. Back to front. That is an amazing album. But Doggy Style changed Snoop Dogg's life. So for propelling, Doggy Style did not have a bigger impact than Get Rich or Die Trying. Get Rich, the impact that in the club was played in every single club. In the club was literally played everywhere. I can't think of many rap singles that were played as much as in the club. Like literally, like once I dropped, it was everywhere. The music video was on rotation everywhere you went. Dun, 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 dun. And again, right, because it's the birthday. I mean, it's everywhere, you know. In the hood, summertime is the killing season. It's hot out this bit. That's a good enough reason. Oh man, 50 man. No. Get Rich or Die Trying was a huge album, man. It was a huge album. Because the key thing about it was, remember, before Get Rich or Die Trying, New York has sort of lost its grip, because you saw Eminem coming through. So basically, Detroit, the South, everybody was coming through. And I always said, New York is where rap began. So New York is the mecca of rap. So 50 Cent sort of brought people back to, it's about New York. And the funny thing that you've not seen is that nobody followed in his footsteps. Who's the biggest rapper now? Kendrick Lamar. He's from LA. And if it's not Kendrick Lamar, you now look at J. Cole. Where's J. Cole from? I believe South Carolina. I believe that the next dude should have been Joey Badass, and I don't know what happened because Joey Badass is a superb rapper. So New York, the New York lineage should have it should have been Nas, Jay-Z. Well, really, if you want to go out like Rakim, Nas, Jay-Z. No, sorry, Rakim, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, 50, Joey Badass. That should have been the New York lineage. Because I feel that it is important in rap that New York have a guy there, a superstar there. Because when they don't have it, it just feels empty. It just feels empty. Many men, many men. Me, Lord, I don't cry no more. Wait, what did he say again? You shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house and you got a glass jaw. You should watch your mouth because I'll break your face. If you're going against me, dog. You said you were a gangster, but you never popped none. You said you're a gangster and you need to jump from. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? I got the sickest vendetta when it comes to the cheddar. Pusha T. He doesn't have star quality. Pusha T is a very good rapper, an extremely good rapper. And for me, guys, I remember when that Clips track dropped. What was it? It was grinding, nothing doing lining, better stay in line, sending the line, been grinding. That was huge. I remember even saying to my sister, "Oh, have you listened to this song? There's no beats. It's just I mean, sorry, there's no bass. It's just a beat." But he doesn't have star quality, So, and I think basically Pusha T is a guy who will always give you a very good rap song, give you a rap track. Clips are amazing, but like a Kendrick Lamar, a Jay-Z or Nas, they just have that ability to create, a song that can really reach many people, and it's a very hard thing to do. But for me, he is underrated because for me, Pusha T rarely gives you a bad performance as a rapper. He really does. So I don't think that's unfortunate for the dude. So from the real deal, man. That's what I'm saying, man. I was in Atlanta in 2003 for the NBA All-Star game. Every club was bumping 50. If you didn't play 50, girls wouldn't see. Bro, was 2003. See, 2003, remember, 2003 was also pump it up. People say Joe Budden is a loser, but pump it up. Pump it up was also flipping huge. Pump it up was flipping huge. But 2003 literally belonged to 50 Cent. Nobody existed in that year apart from 50 Cent. Because for me, when Illmatic came, nobody. See, the thing about this is that, Eminem. When Slim Shady LP came out, that was huge. That was big. But I don't think it had the impact that 50 had. It was, trust me, my name is Chicka Slim Shady. Hi, kids. Do you like violence? That was huge. That was huge. And also, what's good, I actually listened to the track that was sampled on by Dr. Dre. But see, maybe we'll talk about Eminem another streamer because Dr. Dre is a smart man. Because Dre knew for this rapper, he needs specific beats. Because Dre knew that I can't give him Snoop's piece. I could have given it. But yeah, it was huge. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing In the Club. 50 Cent was huge. People wanted to look. I was. Hey, you're trying to know how old I was. I was young. I was young. You don't know how old I was. I was young. But even for me as well, I was like, oh my gosh, 50 Cent, he's so cool. He's wearing this bulletproof vest. You're shot 9 times. Look, I was an idiot. I thought being shot 9 times was a really cool thing. Moron. But everybody wanted to be him. He was cool, and I think he brought that kind of excitement. And see, it's the energy and excitement he brought back to rap. But I think the key thing about it was he was New York. That New York were waiting for a superstar. So, and that's just the thing about rap. You may say it's unfair that it's hits differently when it's a New York guy who's the star because of how they make the rap stuff and where it's from. And because it's New York, it's the mecca of rap. It's same thing as they say that if the Knicks were to win the NBA, that would be huge because that's the mecca of basketball, you know. So that's the thing, man. From Just Bested, No Vaseline is extremely underrated. Oh no. It's like No Vaseline is top 5. Because again, see, I didn't know about it prior to watching the film. So when I watched the film, I was like, oh, okay. All right. No Vaseline. When I watched the film, I was like, oh, okay. All right. You know? But I've always said that you see, for me, Eminem's best album for me was Eminem Show. Because I felt that was his most concise album and everything. Marshall Mathers was obviously the biggest one that everyone loved. I wasn't a fan of Marshall Mathers, but I thought that Eminem was okay. No, this guy is now really this is now a proper kind of album, really, you know. And Slim Shady LP was still very good. It's just that it's again for me, it's the content. The content for me was just a bit shady, just a bit shady. You see, people, yeah, I didn't really know much about Pop Smoke. I don't really know much about Pop Smoke, but just that I just find it morbid listening to someone's tracks and songs after they've died. So I've not really listened so much about him, but I will. But everyone said that he was supposed to be the next dude, so I believe so. He was from New York, I believe. So if he was from New York, maybe he was the next dude. Maybe he was the next dude, man. So guys, this is good, man. I'm enjoying this rap convo. Keep sending questions, but while you send questions in, man, so the members thing has now launched right now. So you can be a member by just clicking the join button below the video and everything. So what I want to do for the members thing is where you choose what we watch, and we could do a watch long. So you get the exclusive videos and everything. But on this StreamYard thing that I've now found a way where we can actually watch videos together. So as a member, we come together, have a discussion, and decide what film we want to watch. But what I want to do is maybe once a week is to have to choose a film. To choose a film, and people on, so basically it's like the HH Cinema Club. So an open invite for people to come to StreamYard, and we choose a film to watch, and we all watch this film. And I just need to decide which film it is. I think I may want to do Heat with everyone. So yeah, so if you're a member, and again, those people who are members right now, I've sent a message on the community thing of like, tell me the film that you want us to watch, because so the members, you can choose what we watch, and we decide, we discuss all that kind of stuff. But for everyone else, it's just I will pick a film that I think is good. We give it a watch. I might do Matrix. So I can pause and say, this is why this thing is so good. So yeah, that's just that members thing up in there. Timbaland or Dr. Dre? Timbaland. Based on personal preference. Now, who has the greater legacy is Dr. Dre. But I believe that Timbaland is more versatile, because Timbaland can give you R&B, genuine. He can give you rap, R&B-ish with Missy Elliott. He can give you another pure kind of R&B with Timberlake. He can give you rap, Jay-Z. One of Jay-Z's biggest tracks of all time is Big Pimpin', done by Timbaland. So Dr. doesn't have the versatility that Timbaland has, you know. And again, I believe one of probably the greatest artist producer duo partnerships is Missy Elliott Timbaland. I mean, the rain, I just stand the rain. It's my window. Meet me now. I mean, Beat Me 911, Hot Boys, The Rain, Walk It. Missy Elliott and Timbaland produced humongous songs. So yeah, Drake just doesn't have his versatility, you know. So Timbaland is slept on. Thoughts on Chris Brown. I've never really been into Chris Brown, and I remember when people were talking about Chris Brown, about how Chris Brown was this kind of big, huge dude that was on the come up and everything, man. And I never really saw it. He is talented, and I do like that he's a pretty good dancer, and I think he does have some talent and everything. But I just don't see. He was supposed to be the next Michael Jackson. And I think maybe that was problematic. So every time I saw him, I was like, oh, be Michael Jackson. So I was like, okay, not Michael Jackson. But he is, with Usher, probably the best performer that we have now. I think him and Usher are probably the best performers. But there's one video. I don't know where it is, but please try and find me the video. There's a video where he's performing a live thing. He does a somersault and he lands on the beat. It's insane. He goes like that and he lands on the beat. It's absolutely insane. So actually, so Mo and Dave and Daniel, if in here, I've posted a message on the community tab for you, because I think you guys are members. So Mo and Daniel, you're the first few members. Choose the film you want us to watch, and we'll discuss the time and we'll watch it. So remember, check the community tab, choose the film you want us to watch, and we will watch it. So members in there, I've posted it. Choose the film you want us to watch, and we will watch the film. Don't do this. Bone Thugs and Harmony are an incredible band and a pioneering band, because the way they combined R&B and rap is unlike any other band in history. See you at the crossroads. Come on, I know Bone Thugs are different, and you want to see how real Bone Thugs are? Listen to Crazy Bone did this kind of like rap thing for Mike Tyson. Bone Thugs are different. Don't diss Bone Thugs, man. Rodney, relax. Rodney, look, if I answer that, they'll call me racist, man. So come on. What's your favorite song on Reasonable Doubt? Dead Presidents 2. Easily. The Evils is pretty good, but has always been Dead Presidents 2. And the presidents represent me. And then from presidents represent me. Superb. Like the beats, his rapping, A1. Like that's I mean, it's a damn good album, but that has always been the standard track for me. That's always been the standard track for me. Oh no, see Lauryn Hill, man, is so now this is a different conversation. I believe the two best rapper singers of all time, Lauryn Hill, Pharoah Monch. Listen to Pharoah Monch's singing. Because remember, Pharoah Monch's rapping is on a different level. But Pharoah Monch is a very underrated singer. But Lauryn Hill, man, it's like The miseducation of Lauryn Hill is so amazing. She didn't have to make another album. She made like Flipping Unplugged because you're like, oh my God, this woman singing and her rapping? It's like, this is ridiculous. Like, so I think Lauren, like, there's nobody was able to do that. Nobody was able to sing that well and rap that well and able to seamlessly rap and sing like that thing, that thing, that thing. Like, do up that thing. How she goes from rapping and singing, you're like, oh my God. Like, so yeah, no, Lauryn Hill is different, man. I just wish she made another album. I mean, Lauryn Hill, you can't just die without doing a follow up to Miseducation. It's a classic album. It is one of the greatest albums of all time. I need another Lauryn Hill album, man. Come on, man. I need another Lauryn Hill album. Oh. Who is Lauryn Hill? Is she good? Jesus. Jesus, Jesu Christi. Jesu Christi. Jesu Christi. Sammy, man, you're gonna need a lot of a lot of education, man, because that's you've not heard of Lauryn Hill, one of the most talented artists of all time. Yeah, what's it called? Devil was the dude that kept saying, "No, Jedi, 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 Jedi." The thing about Jedi is superb rapper, rapper, and I think he is a guy that you should really listen to. He sounds so much like Kendrick. Because as soon as I heard him, I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this Kendrick?" He sounds so much like Kendrick, man. Sounds so much like Kendrick. So that might be his only issue. That do you really want to sound like the biggest rapper in the world? Because trust me, if people were just to listen and be like, "Oh, is this Kendrick?" But just that he can't help it. That's just how he sounds. But he sounds so much like Kendrick. But despite that, I mean, he's basically. I would love if him and J. Cole did like a collaborative album. You know, because obviously he's part of J. Cole's crew. But yeah, no, very, very good, like very, very good rapper. Very, very good rapper, man. Oasis or Beatles? Oasis. For me, Beatles are overrated. And I just like more songs that Oasis have done. Today is gonna be the day and I'm gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Main Street, the one is on the street and in front of them is always out. Cause I don't believe in anybody feels the way I do about you now. The winding. About you now. I say maybe. Something saves me. Cause that's wrong. You might want to want. No. Wonderwall is a huge track, man. Is a huge track, man. I haven't seen the video, but I would love. I'm happy that he viewed that. I'm not seeing the video, but I'm happy that he viewed that, man. What did I let me say anything? Where do you rate Blank Face by Schoolboy Q? I haven't listened to that though, but I do know of Schoolboy Q. Um, I do know of Schoolboy Q, but I've not really listened to that right now, man. But yeah, I mean, I'll. So is that his album? Because I've only heard Schoolboy Q feature on Kendrick songs and Kendrick feature on Schoolboy Q songs, but I'm not listening to a Schoolboy Q product. But again, like, look, because he's part of the whole Kendrick kind of family, boom. So yeah, I will definitely give that a listen, man. Blank face. No, American culture is huge everywhere. It's huge. Look, even in Nigeria, guys were wearing shirts with the American flag on it. But for me, I see the thing about it's not American culture. It's hip hop culture. You know, I think people are sort of a bit, especially with Bush and Trump, people are a bit iffy with Americans. But hip hop culture is global. You know, you have guys in South Korea, Japan, and everything with like baggy jeans and all that kind of stuff. So, um, all those dudes are there, man. All those dudes are there. So, um, so Blankface is okay. I'll listen to Blankface LP. I'll listen to this, man. Um, let's see, man. Thoughts on JJ Dena? Yeah, he's pretty cool. I think he's half Nigerian. I think he's half Nigerian, so that's always good to see. But yeah, he's pretty good. It's pretty good. Well, don't really make music that I like personally, you know. But since you guys are recommending stuff, man, on Spotify or most because I use Tidal. Um, that's my recommendation for you guys. Kelly's Kaleidoscope. Superb album. Superb album. Okay, let's dissect this. Let's dissect this. Let's dissect this. Let's talk Drake. So, first off, Drake. I don't count Drake as a rapper. He's not. He's not a rapper. First of all, he's not the biggest rapper of all time. The biggest rapper of all time is Tupac. Drake will never come close to matching the popularity or the impact of Tupac. So it is an insult to Tupac's legacy to even within the biggest rapper, not the best, the biggest, most impactful rapper of all time is easily Tupac, and it's maybe for the rest of time. I don't count Drake as a rapper. He is a rapper stroke R&B artist. But what people have to accept from Drake is Drake has possibly gone on one of the longest runs of any musical artist in terms of relevancy, where almost everything he brings us is a hit, whether it's an album, a song, a dance routine, a mixtape, everything he brings us a thing. And what I always say for Drake is he probably gets this from his father, who is an artist. He's got a very good ear for music. He's got a very good ear for music. So when you hear his stuff, it is musically on point. It is musically on point. So in terms of that's a skill in itself. So obviously, we love our J. Cole's, Kendrick Lamar's, guys who are introspective, who really say things, but also we can't just guys. We like to have fun. There are times where you want to be introspective and deep. There are times where you just want to just turn up and just be fun and just and enjoy yourself. And that is how you have that's where you now bring in a Drake. So Drake is his run and the hits he's had has been amazing, man. Has been absolutely amazing. This is true. This is true. If all you do are produce bangers, you can't be the greatest. The reason why Jay-Z is the greatest is Jay-Z gives you bangers, he gives you introspective records, he gives you quality albums, and he gives you longevity and he gives you impact. You want bangers, big pimping. You want message, story of OJ. You want classic, reasonable doubt, blueprint. You want longevity. Which other rapper has been as relevant as Jay-Z for almost 2 decades? Yeah, over 2 decades, because reasonable doubt was 96, I believe 96. So for over 20 years, this dude has been still fully relevant. 444 is arguably one of his best albums. So to be a great, you need all those things: longevity, impact, bangers, and introspective records. You need all those things to be a good, which is why Jay-Z is the only guy that has all those. Jay-Z's the only guy that has all those, man. What? First off, Drake hasn't been doing it as long as Jay-Z. That's the first thing. Drake doesn't have any true. Drake is a pop artist. He doesn't have any true introspective records. No, Drake hasn't ever released a track that has really said something profound, either in a racial sense, a political sense, a social, economic sense. He's not done that because Drake he doesn't do those kinds of things, you know. I'll give him impact, but no, he doesn't have those things. Like Drake is a pop superstar. He's a pop superstar, but Drake isn't one of those guys you say, no, this guy made a serious kind of profound kind of impact. See, I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I was about to say I put Drake, and I can't do that, man. Drake made views. Garbage. And in private, P. Diddy will say that to you. P. Diddy he's a crap rapper, complete crap. Because remember, I think it was Biggie that was the one that encouraged P. Diddy to rap. Like P. Diddy he's a producer and he's a guy that does makes the decision behind the scenes, but he isn't a guy that's really out there doing all this stuff, man. But yeah, no, he's not that dude, man. He's not a great rapper, man. So are you guys really trying to tell me that Drake is an like a GOAT rapper? Like, are you putting like in terms of a mainstream artist? Oh no, Drake will only go down as one of the great mainstream pop artists. He's cemented. So you have to put Drake in the category of Beatles, Michael Jackson, Prince, and so forth in terms of being at the height of mainstream music. 100%. Like, that's a fact. But in terms of genre, specific rap, no. Like, Drake is, and also ghostwriting. That's what's destroyed. And as soon as we heard about ghostwriting, it's done. Oh, MC Lights, amazing rapper, truly amazing rapper, very, very old school, truly amazing rapper. Yeah, what's it called? This was good. I think, yeah, this is a review that I put on the website, Stove God Cooks, man. Really good. If you guys look him up, I recommend this. If for true rap heads, I'll recommend you looking up this guy, Steve God Cooks. It's very different. But what was good about the album was let me see. His rapping is very alternative. He's got a very unique way of how he raps, and the way in which his rhyme scheme and everything. You know, it's coming at it from a whole different angle. So that's why it's really cool, man. See, that's it. You cannot call Drake a rapper. That is an insult to rappers. They interviewed Drake and he said it himself. They asked him on Elliot Wilson and B Dot on the whole title thing. They asked him, why don't you release a rap album? He said, well, look, man, I've got to cater for the rap audience. I've got to cater for the R&B audience. So I've got to make stuff for the guys. I make stuff for the ladies. Once those words came out of his mouth, no, you are not in any rap conversation. You're a hybrid. So basically, for Drake, you're like Lauryn Hill. You're like Lauryn Hill. Not as good as Lauryn Hill because Lauryn Hill is a better rapper and a better singer. But you're in that Lauryn Hill thing where you're just like an artist who's just making music. So whether it's a bit of rap, a bit of singing, whether this, that's just what you are. But no, do you think Jay-Z, Nas, or Kendrick or J. Cole will be like, man, I've got to make some stuff for the guys, I make some stuff for the ladies, I've got to make half rap, half R&B. It's like, what? No, if you're a rapper, you make rap albums. There may be one or two songs for the ladies or one or two songs, but no, you make rap albums, and Drake doesn't do that. So you putting Drake as one of the GOAT rappers is an insult to rappers who put in work making rap albums. Not half rap albums, but full-on rap albums, man. Yeah, bro. In Georgia, the two men, I don't know whether you guys heard about this. I think it's Ahmaud Arbery, man, wild thing. I think the two men were arrested, and the clown that was actually filming it, he's also been arrested as well, because the guy apparently, because this is what Jamin Dupree was saying. So the guy that was filming the Ahmaud Arbery getting shot, he was an accomplice. So they were just filming it and they were bragging about it, and then it somehow was used as like a thing. So it's got from one person to another person. Then the footage was stolen and taken by a whistleblower. So that was the thing. I was there, man. Oh. Let's save it for another stream, Wesley. Let's just save it for another stream, because I got some very interesting comments in the video that I put out there, but I think it's best for me to have an open conversation, maybe with a guest about Michael Jackson, But for a specific aspect, I was disappointed. I was disappointed for a specific aspects. You see, it was the first time. So this is the Steve Cook's album. First time I was listening to Rock Marciano's work. Amazing production. Amazing production. As for me, as a very, very, very amateur producer, I love when guys use different kinds of instruments and make their sounds just sound very unique. And what I loved about what he did in that Steve Cook stuff is that, this sounds strange. And I love it. I love stuff that just sounds different, sounds a bit odd, sounds like if the stuff should not really belong to one another. So yeah, it was basically, it worked so well with the rapping, because the rapping is very alternative and very, all over the place. And the thing as well was also organic and very all over the place. So it's felt like it shouldn't mix, but it's mixed in very well. So yeah, Rock Marciano, man, I've got to look out for dude about all the other stuff, man. Oh my god. What do you think of the child abuse allegations, man? See, here's my thing about the whole thing. I didn't watch the documentary because I'm about evidence. You can't get a filmmaker to make a documentary about serious stuff. They're a filmmaker. Now, when you get a researcher like the R. Kelly thing, it's cool. The thing with the whole child up. So this is my thing on MJ is that I don't believe it because there's no evidence. And when they were in a court of law, it was shown that the guys lied. So until you show me hard evidence, I don't believe it. But my thing about it, and this is what me and my family said, is that MJ, why are you hanging around kids? Why? Yes, I know that you love kids and everything. You didn't have a childhood. MJ, you're a grown man. And even when I was young, I was like, even as a kid, I was like, wait, why is this guy always around kids? Why? Why is this guy always around kids? Why is this guy always around white kids? Why? So I was like, no, MJ, no. You can't do that. As an adult, you can't do that. Okay, I'll have a famous show. You can't do that. Now, all because he's hanging around kids, which I think you shouldn't be doing, doesn't mean that he did those things for those kids, unless you show me evidence. I don't believe it. So no, I 100% don't believe that he did any of that stuff, man. No way, man. Well, most girls would consider there are some serious MJ fans, man. So yeah, I can get it. And of course, there are people who hated me. Look, even the video that I put out, guys were like, well, who's this loser dude, man? So that's the thing, man. But again, it's like, unless you what's it called? Unless you actually had evidence, then I don't believe it, man. Not the way they parody MJ. You see, I didn't know whether that was MJ that they were parodying. But again, I don't know whether you guys have seen this. Atlanta, amazing TV show, created and co-written by am I slipping? What's his name? Childish Gambino. Just gonna basically created a name by Childish Donald Glover. And the director of it is the guy who directed his This Is America music video. Superb, great writing. And Lakeith Stanfield is hilarious in it. No, basically all three of them are amazing, just really good. They're 2 seasons, superb. So I just know that that was a parody on MJ, but that was a creepy ass episode where they put him in aesthetic peckers because the makeup was so good. But that is definitely one of the most unsettling episodes of anything that I've ever seen. So that was crazy, bro. I think we've actually discussed this. I saw the Beyonce is overrated, and I watched Beyonce's live shows. You know what I did? Okay, let me just Rihanna over Beyonce. Yeah, Beyonce is the better singer. Rihanna is the better artist. Rihanna is more creative, and she's the better artist. She's got more creativity. Beyonce isn't very creative, but all she has over Rihanna is that she's a better artist. But no, is a better singer. Let me start. People said Beyonce is the best performer of all time. I think it was Joe Biden who said, "Oh, Beyonce has now surpassed Michael Jackson." I went onto YouTube and I was looking at some Beyonce live just some live shows of Beyonce. If you can't dance, I don't know how good you are. Beyonce isn't even better than Ciara. Ciara can dance. So before you even put Beyonce next to MJ or Prince, who's dancing in high heels, playing the piano and playing the guitar and writhing on the ground, you're not even better than Ciara. Ciara is a better dancer and a better performer. People just love Beyonce. I get it. She's light-skinned. She's beautiful. She's very attractive. Great body. She can sing. It's a great package. And her crazy, mad fan base are pushing this agenda that Beyonce is now one of the greatest performers of all time. It's complete and utter BS and is disrespectful to Michael Jackson. Beyonce isn't in the same lifetime as MJ. Go look at it. MJ, go on YouTube. 1987, Yokohama, Japan. MJ, this dude, this black brother, danced for 90 minutes non-stop. I was like, hey, this is we are my, you are my lovely man, you are my. This dude was like, what the? I was like, look at me. I don't even remember. Look, whenever man, MJ was black. Like, look, I thought it was black. Back of those days, MJ wasn't black. It was black. But no. It's like, bro, don't go look at Michael Jackson, 1988. Please, YouTube this. Michael Jackson, 1988. Grammy performance where he does The Way You Make Me Feel, one of my favorite songs of all time, and Man in the Mirror, back to back. Please watch this performance and try and tell me that Beyonce can't even dance. She's just like, she can't even dance. I mean, get the heck out of there, man. Get the heck out of there, man. Ooh. It's cool. I don't think you want to bring that out in there, man. Do you want my honest view on Elvis? I don't think you do, bro. I don't think you want my honest view on Elvis, bro. You know, I really don't want. Oh no, but more. The thing though is nobody talks of Whitney as a great performer. Whitney is just seen as arguably one of the greatest singers of all time. Nobody talks about Whitney Houston as a performer, but they talk about Tina Turner as a performer. Beyonce isn't better than Tina Turner as a performer because Tina Turner has performance skills. There are certain skills of where you hold the stage and how you attack your moves and everything and how you grab the crowd. The thing about Beyonce is because people like her, people just pushing this agenda that she's better than she actually is. Beyonce isn't better than Ciara. I told you, Ciara, she's not even better than Ciara. She's not better than Ciara. She's not better than Tina Turner. She's not. You know? So all Beyonce has is she is a phenomenal singer. That is one thing you cannot deny. She is an absolutely phenomenal singer, both on CD and live. Like, that's where you have to say, look, that woman can sing. She can sing. She can sing. You are my. Are you going to hit on Messi United? No. We're going to just talk about and I think you know why we won't hit on him. Well, unless my machine only would. We're talking about the 5 best players skills wise. 5 best players skills wise. So once we do that, it's now a subjective thing right now. So there's no place for hate there, man. You are my. When I have time, man. When I have time, I want to maybe try and get onto some Red Dead Redemption, but I will probably tomorrow. Just I've just had quite a lot of things to do, but I will be doing them, man. You are my. Did I mention? I think I've got all the. You are my. Yeah, I think I read them. One more CL and it's over. Nay's top 5 goals. Preach Nay. If no, Neymar needs to win a World Cup. Neymar needs to win a World Cup. Without a World Cup, no. Neymar needs to win a World Cup. He needs to win a World Cup. So, no, but look, let's just hang it. It's gonna pop off. Okay, this is just a pre thing, you know. It's easy, man. It's easy. Let's just wait till we can rock and roll, man. Let's take rock and roll. Okay, let's just talk about DiCaprio. See, DiCaprio is I said he is overrated. He's good, but he's overrated. I've never understood how people rate DiCaprio so highly because he is incredibly, like, he has literally no range in terms of versatility. He acts the same way in every role. Now that's all good and everything because it's still good acting is good acting, but he acts the same way in every role. So yeah, he acts the same way in every single role. Because he's always very intense. He's always shouting. He's always, and like, Leo, you're trying to act like a grown man. Have you seen what you look like? You look like a 12-year-old child. And ever since Titanic, I will always have an issue with you because I despise doing Titanic. Yes, again, Beyonce is the better singer, Aaliyah is the better artist, and it is so horrible what happened to Aaliyah because Aaliyah would have been huge. Aaliyah made great tracks, and here's the key thing: you don't have to be a great singer to make great music or a great artist. Madonna is an average singer. Madonna is an average singer, but she made great tracks because she just knew how to just creatively come together and make a great song. Aaliyah was a great artist, and she was a very good dancer as well. She was a really good dancer, so she was a really good performer. So yeah, I really missed one not having them. Best rock artist ever. I always thought Rage Against the Machine are the best rock band of all time, hands down. What those guys do, Brad Wilk, Timmy C, Tommy Morello, and Zach De La Rocha, insane. Like the way they combine together, the groove they make is amazing. You cannot deny the impact of Metallica. You cannot argue the impact of Metallica. Those guys are legends, and those guys have made some huge, massive tracks. So as far as a rock artist, how to say, for me, I really look more towards rock bands, rock bands. But yeah, in terms of like the real kind of heavy metal, I'll say Metallica. In terms of just a band, a rock band, Rage Against the Machine. But a special mention to old school Pearl Jam. First albums, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, Korn, and those dudes. You mama. See, I'm not really listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin, but I did hear apparently that Led Zeppelin may have copied a few tracks from People more. Led Zeppelin may have copied a few tracks from People. The Capra is not the GOAT, but relax. I'm just in a discussion. Yeah, no. The Aaliyah thing was unfortunate, man. The Aaliyah thing was unfortunate, man. No, Alicia Keys is supremely talented. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. And very good pianist. Very good pianist. Again, like just talented. Similar to like Jamie Foxx, John Legend is like, those guys who can play the piano and sing. That's where you're in a special category. If you can play an instrument and you can sing, you're in a special category. So yeah, Alicia Keys again, like very good voice and very good pianist. Very good pianist. All right, oh man, can I just pick a good question, man? Is it on IC? No, you can't say that, bro. Come on, you can't. Like Nickelback are like cool. See, son of a great band. I don't like Queen's music, but that's just preference. But the thing about Queen is this: are Queen a great band, or is it Freddie Mercury? Freddie Mercury is one of the greatest singers and performers of all time. His singing, he is. If you say top 5 singers of all time, you've got to put Freddie Mercury in there. Top 5 singers of all time. But Queen, is it the quality of the band or the quality of Freddie Mercury? That's what I have to say. But Queen over Nickelback. Nickelback are like Nickelback. Once people are not going to look back at Nickelback. Oh, Nickelback! No. Queen, their legacy is profound. That's on Radiohead. Oh no, Radiohead, very good band. What's the name of it? Creep? I think it's Creep. Great song. Great song. Great song. So, and again, if you're into Radiohead, you have to listen to Portishead and Massive Attack. You see, now that's where we're not getting into a bag right now. Is you see, England have the thing about England is no one gives a damn about you posh losers or that queen. No one cares. The royal family and other stuff, that no one cares. The art free England is amazing in terms of England gave you Gary Oldman, then they did Lewis, Ridley Scott, Roald Dahl, J.K. Rowling, George Michael, Led Zeppelin, Radiohead, Massive Attack, Prodigy. I mean, do you know how? I was just listening to Jamiroquai today. Do you know how amazing Jamiroquai is? Those dudes are underrated. Those Jamiroquai are criminally underrated. As good as people say they are right now, I was listening to basically the album with Deeper Underground and Candy. Your man Candy in my hands tonight, baby. Ooh, yeah. I got nothing watching. Doom. Ooh, these guys are so good. And the drumming, my God. Like Deep Underground is a classic track. I'm going deeper underground. There's so much panic in this town. And an amazing music video. Crap film, garbage film, but amazing music video, man. So that thing was huge, man. Well, I think I talked about this before. Linkin Park. I was listening to Linkin Park today. I listened to what 8,000 songs. Linkin Park are an amazing man. Like, you know how people say, "Oh my gosh, all the new stuff is crap and everything." I look at the old stuff. Linkin Park were the very definition of this is how you do new school. I think I said this yesterday. Reanimation is the greatest remix album of all time. It is the greatest remix album of all time. What they did on that was superb. And you have to give a shout to Mike, because really Mike Shinoda is the guy, is the kind of the producing, the overseer. And he even said that when they were doing Hybrid Theory, they said, we don't really need the rapping. We just need Chester Bennington, the singer and everything. But if all he had was Chester Bennington, who is a phenomenal singer, yeah, it's just like any other rock band. Mike Shinoda's rapping makes them stand out. So now they're like, okay, no, this is Linkin Park, just this thing. They're not, oh, it's just another rock band. No, it's Linkin Park, just a thing. So, but the production on Linkin Park is outstanding. Like when these guys really get into the production, is amazing. And I said that Meteora is a phenomenal album. And the beat about Meteora is that I think it's like 40 minutes. So it's a very short album. And also it's a short album, and also there are no interludes, so it just plays straight. And each song just bleeds the other song. But Meteora is a great album. Great album. Like I hated Hybrid Theory to begin with, but then coming back to it, I've liked it more. But if you were to rank it, I would say Reanimation, Meteora, Hybrid Theory, 1,000 Songs. That's how I'd rank it. You know, that's how I'd rank it. But let's see, man. That's what I was gonna say, man. Yeah, see, I only know one Coldplay song, which is Yellow. It's all yellow. Yeah, I don't really think about I don't think really metal is really around, really. I think it's still there, but I don't think it's as big as it was like in the 90s or the 2000s, you know. But you can still find it. You can still, with all this kind of stuff, you can still find it, but I don't think it's as prominent as it was when Metallica were in their heyday, you know. I think see the thing right now is that you now have kind of like the soft rock stuff. This is why, you know, you got to give a shout out to Slipknot, man. Because again, I told you, like, see, my musical tastes varies, man. Like, I'm not a genre merchant. Like, so I can go from a flipping Pheromone to like a Slipknot. I can go from a Metallica to a Kellis. So I can go through, and like there's other times when, especially when I'm like walking to work and everything, Slipknot they just give you that kind of like energy. So you just need that kind of to go crazy. No, look, Jimi Hendrix is insane. Like, see, in my view, personally, Tom Morello is the best guitarist I've ever heard in my life. That's just for me. But the consensus, and I will not disagree, the consensus is that Jimi Hendrix is the greatest guitarist of all time. Because he evolved and revolutionized what you could do with a guitar. Before Jimi Hendrix, guys were just, doing the simple strings and everything, but Jimi Hendrix sort of like elevated and enhanced the creativity with the kinds of chords and the sounds you could get from a guitar. So Morello, John Frusciante, all these dudes who came to Jimi Hendrix, they would just say, Jimi Hendrix is the godfather because he opened the path for people being experimental with the guitar. Like, the most experimental guitarist is Tom Morello. The things that Tom Morello can do with the guitar and the amp are amazing. But Tom Morello would say, no, that's inspiration to do that comes from Jimi Hendrix. Because Jimi Hendrix is the most revolutionary guitarist of all time, easily. Let's see, man. Living La Vida Loca. Oh, guys, do you guys remember Ricky Martin? Living La Vida Loca. No. No. I will go into Coldplay. I've just never really been into I've never really been that Coldplay dude, man. I've never really been into that Coldplay. Let's see. Wait, why don't you say when I'm gonna? I respect Batman. What do you say? I respect Batman. Like, it's just that Batman is just an overrated hero. Like, he's just a rich dude who can fight pretty good. So I'm just not. People have overrated what he can do, and I think Batman is best represented in his limited surroundings. I think if you make Batman OP, it's just stupid. Making Batman OP is completely and utterly stupid, man. It's completely wild, man. It's completely and utterly wild. But yeah, no, I mean, but if you even look at the state of music right now, probably this last coming into this hour, music, you see, the issue now is, I think the internet can be problematic because it's like that. Remember the Cash Me Outside girl? How the hell was she famous? So the danger with social media is trending or viral. You can go viral and get to number one in the charts. So you don't actually have to be talented at music. You just have to be viral or famous, or people look for you on Instagram or social media, which I say that it's problematic. So, but I think now with regards to, I'm not really sure that rock music is in a strong place right now. So I'm not really sure whether rock music is in a strong place right now. Because again, I mean, who are the biggest rock guys now? You don't, because for me, I felt that a very important movement for the rock scene was grunge music. So Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, I thought they were huge. Pearl Jam are now trash. I listened to Pearl Jam's last album, garbage. I don't know what happened to those guys after the first two. So, but I think in terms of even pop music, see, I loved 90s pop. That's like a guilty pleasure, man. I love 90s pop. Sue Me. Sometimes by Britney Spears is on my playlist. I don't care what anyone says. It is. The track's good. Britney Spears is a brick. She's not talented. But sometimes I run, sometimes I try, sometimes I'm scared of you. All I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night. Baby, all I need is time. But I love 90s. Because trust me, there were some bangers in the 90s. So I think pop music in the 90s was great. You know, I don't know why it was great. But pop music now is, I'm like, but I think rap is in a good place. I think because there was a time when rap was being led by these clowns, these mumble rap morons. And by the way, guys, no, mumble rap is crap. There is no like, oh, mumble rap is just about the new era. No. What about JID? The existence of a JID, who is a young up-and-coming rapper, or the existence of a Joey Badass, shows that no, mumble rap isn't an evolution of rap. Mumble rap is a devolution of rap. Because a JID and a Joey Badass says, no, there's still a skill level you need to have to do this. But thank God for Kendrick and J. Cole, who are pretty much at the forefront of leading rap through. Why do people rate Dark Knight so highly? Oh, I can go on a thesis on this. But to put it simply, people love to feel smart. First of all, Batman is very overrated, so people always overrate Batman. But the key thing is that people love to feel smart. And Dark Knight is a film that can make you feel smart. Oh, look at all the big words. Look at all the big things. Look at all the big speeches. Oh, it's so deep. It is the biggest example of a fake deep film. It isn't as deep as it presents itself. But because we had never seen this kind of content or material or dialogue in a superhero movie, people then made the stupid leap that, oh, this must be the greatest comic book of all time. I say, no, wait a minute. Watch the film closely and judge it in and of itself. Don't just judge it based off what it has done for other comic book movies. Judge it in and of itself. So people just, because they were making big speeches about some moral stupid crap, and Batman, this flipping moron who you cannot even hear what this loser is saying sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve the other faith rewarded. Call it in. No, we must not. It's like, so because you have this loser talking about you're wearing a bat outfit. You're wearing a bat outfit and you're talking about moralities dressed as a bat? What? Like, who is this dude? Just say what you need to know and just F off. So it's a thing of people wanting to feel intelligent and feel smart. So you saying darkness is amazing, like, makes you feel smart. And you just plot a scene of like Joker saying all these big speeches. Heath Ledger's acting was amazing. But some of the dialogue he was giving was stupid. It was stupid. But it's just like he did such an amazing job. It's like, no, forget the dialogue. Man, this dude acted his face off. Bill was garbage. But yeah, it's just a thing of people wanting to feel smart. The film is not as smart as people think it is, man. Like a dumbass. No, what's good? There is basically, go to YouTube. I love this. Go to YouTube and type in Button owns bail. This is funny thing because you know when he's on the building and Joe says we could be doing this forever, and then he goes like forever. Or he goes like, this city just showed you it's full of people ready to believe in God. Excuse me? It's like, excuse me? Oh man, I mean that's just wild, man. So it's wild, man. Logic is a great. Oh no, Logic is great. I wouldn't say he's great. He's a very good rapper. Logic is a very good rapper. Logic is a very good rapper. So I'll never give him that. Britney Spears, man. I remember when I first heard of Future, and I was like, I can't see what this guy is saying. How can I critique a dude who I don't understand what he's saying? Can I just say that, oh, Future is huge. This guy is one of the biggest guys in the world. I say, wait a minute. How can it be one of the biggest rappers in the world when you can't hear what he's saying? But Future's success was extremely problematic because he was the purveyor of more rap. And since he found success through there, people were like, let's not go through. And you see, I listened to March Madness in the club, and it sounds good in the club, mixed in with you being a bit drunk and other music, and staring at women and all that kind of stuff. So in that scenario, it's great. But listening to the song sober by yourself and you're fully coherent, it's literal mumbo jumbo. It's literally mumbo jumbo. It's just our logic's Hongbin song. Have you seen Hongbin song? What do you mean by? Do you mean Hongbin song, the footballer? Who is Hongbin song? I don't know what you're talking about. What's the best Spider-Man movie in your opinion? First of all, there hasn't been a decent Spider-Man film. Let's just start there. Let's start there. There hasn't been a single decent Spider-Man film. But if I had to pick one, it's can I say Civil War? Or would that be cheating? Because the best we've seen Spider-Man as a character is Civil War. Like that Spider-Man. Hey everybody. That's like I was like, for me as a Spider-Man fan, I was like, oh my god, this is Spider-Man. This is him being that dude. But it's Homecoming. Spider-Man 1 is trash. Spider-Man 2 is trash. Spider-Man 3 is one of the worst films of all time. Amazing Spider-Man 1 had a nice idea, but it was too dark. But Spider-Man 2 is one of the worst films of all time. Far From Home went off the rails with a stupid storyline. Like the whole twist in Far From Home, I just thought was the dumbest thing I've seen. Yeah, and that's about it. That's about it. And yeah, Homecoming is this thing. I'm trying to think, what film would be good for us to watch? What film would be a good cinema club thing? Because I checked on Netflix and they don't have Gladiator, but I have any plus for them. So I'm thinking maybe Civil War. I'm never watching Infinity War again. Or Endgame. Maybe Endgame, Maybe Endgame, man. Yeah. No, I've not listened to A Boogie, bro. Lil Wayne, man, Lil Wayne. Actually, you know what? A film I want to watch again, man, is Scarface, because I was watching some scenes from Scarface. Like, shut the up! Hey, look here now. I mean, that's who. Hey, you're my little friend. No, you are. But the dude was cool, man. The dude was cool, man. I haven't listened to see Tyler the Creator sort of scares me, and maybe I just go past his image and his antics, and then sit down and just listen to his music. But yeah, but everyone says that he's a very good artist, And I think the song he featured in with Goldlink on Goldlink's album was actually pretty good. Was actually pretty good. The one that he did on Goldlink's album was actually pretty good, man. So all right, man. So actually, okay. So maybe before I go, let me just ask you guys this. So, who do you say the best singer of all time? Best singer of all time, and then we will leave it here. Lepsha, who is the best singer of all time? The best singer of all time. Which do you guys say is the best singer of all time? You say you a gangster, but you need a ramp, nothing in your dancer, but you need a ramp pine. You been hustling a long time and damn homie. Keep thinking them candy. Till none of them get popped on their head on the top like a jack in the box. In the hood, summertime is the killing season. It's hot out. It's a good enough reason. Lord Jesus help me. And they ass leaking. Ooh. Now let me speak. Bruno Mars, Michael Jackson, Whitney, Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, Luther Vandross. I don't know whether I've said this to you guys. George Michael is the best white singer of all time. And people say, oh, don't relax, chill. I love white people. Some of my friends say, just George Michael is the best white singer of all time. George Michael is a phenomenal singer. When you just listen to his singing carefully, George Michael is a phenomenal singer. But even despite that, I'd put George Michael top 10. And that's huge. I'd put it top 10 or even top 15 singers of all time. George Michael's singing is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just listen to Father Figure, man. Just like literally, there's not a single scratch or anything from his track. This thing is absolutely incredible, man. But if I had the best singer I've had, the best singer that I've had personally, is Whitney. Just listen to Whitney Houston's American National Anthem. It's frightening. I mean, no, Whitney Houston was different level. Different level. Absolute different level, man. Absolute different level, man. No. George Michael is insane. You know what? People keep talking about this Ariana Grande. Because when I just look at the Ariana Grande, I just think that, okay, this is just for little girls. But my sister was the one who said that Ariana Grande is actually a very good singer. So maybe I will sit down and I will listen to some Ariana Grande. Because in my mind, I don't even think of Ariana. I just think of Ariana Grande. Okay, basically, for me, maybe it's just me being ignorant. I think Ariana Grande is like the Britney Spears of this generation. But my sister did say that Ariana Grande is a good singer. So I'll give it a thing. Anita Baker, yeah. Actually, let me put a face to Anita Baker. I'm gonna put a face to Anita Baker. Okay. Because I know the name, but I don't think, and I'm sure I've heard some of the stuff that she's done. But yeah, man. Still too. But no. I would not like for me. I'm one of these guys who I am willing to listen to new people and stuff. I want to open myself up to new things. So if there's as long as it's not brick music, I'm willing to open myself to new brick music, man. So if my ears. So yes, I will listen to Ariana Grande. I'll listen to Ariana Grande. So and Sammy, if she sounds like a brick, I won't be happy for you wasting my very precious time. So let's see what your boy Andre is saying, man. Listen to Kid. Yeah, I've listened day and night, but I haven't actually sat down and listened to a Kid Cudi album. But I just keep hearing Kid Cudi songs. And I remember that people were making a huge deal when he came through because he was a very different kind of a singer. kind of an artist. But yeah, yeah. I mean, again, you see, someone said listen to Wale, so I was getting into Wale, and I was like, sounds. But maybe I need to listen more to Wale because the Wale I listened to didn't impress me. But maybe I should listen more to. So I think Kid Cudi is another guy where I've heard so much about him that I'll just go into Tidal and just listen to top tracks, unless you can give me songs on or tell me his best album. If you tell me his best album, then I'll go in and on it, man. So Adele. Yeah, it's not. See, Adele, best singer right now. Now that's an interesting one. Who is the best singer right now? I mean, for me, you know what the best singer right now is? Jennifer Hudson. Go listen to Jennifer Hudson sing because she sang. She sang. Jennifer Hudson is a great singer, but listen to the IG last night, guys. Do yourself a favor and listen to Jill Scott. Because people say, "Oh, do yourself a favor and listen to Jill Scott." You know, and basically, you guys should also. Erica Badu is also big, but she's quite experimental. Listen, Jill Scott's singing is. She goes, whoa, whoa. Damn. No, Jill Scott is amazing, man. I think I somewhat said it's best band of all time. For me, it's Rage Against the Machine. It's Rage Against. Jackson 5 is a close one, but for me, I think I would say it's Rage Against the Machine. In terms of how good the drummer is, how good the guitarist is, how good the bass is, how good the rapper is, and their cohesion and their cohesiveness. I don't think there is a better collection than that, man. I don't think there's a better connection than that. You know. Oh, see, Freddie Mercury is also. You're going to also put Freddie Mercury in there as well. You're going to put Freddie Mercury in there as well, man. Like, look, guys, Adele ain't that great. Like, guys, like, come on, let's keep it real, man. She's good. Adele is good. Let me be real. Adele is good. She is not the best singer right now. She's not the best singer right now, man. But that's it for me. Like, I'm still rolling with But see, because all of those guys, I need to see like when you guys say radio, like Led Zeppelin, Radiohead, I need to listen to most of their stuff. But I don't know how many of you guys listen to Massive Attack and Portishead. I just want to know how many of you guys listen to Massive Attack and Portishead, because those are guys who I think you guys should definitely be into. Massive Attack and Portishead. Earth, Wind and Fire. Earth, Wind and Fire, man. Earth, Wind and Fire. No, Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, Weekend. I don't really listen to that much Weekend, personally, man. I don't really listen to that much Weekend. So yeah, no, see, yeah, Mariah Carey has like basically Mariah Carey can hit a note that no one else can hit. Mariah Carey can hit a note that no one else can hit, man. You know, it's absolutely insane. All right, man. I'll be out of here soon, man. Let me just. Daft Punk are damn good. Around the world, 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 around the great music video as well. Now, if we now maybe that is what we should talk about maybe tomorrow. What is the greatest or the best music video? The best, yeah. But see, no, that's a great top 10. That's a great top 10. That I may do with Danny T. Top 10 music videos of all time. Ooh, that's a great one. That's a great one because I'll keep it real with you, man. Red Hot Chili Peppers have made some amazing music videos, man. I don't know how many of you do. How many of you have seen the music video for "Give It Away"? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. 1, 2, 3, and boom. What I gotta give it to your mama. What I gotta give it to your papa. What I gotta give it to your dog. Gonna do a little dancing and drink a little water. What I gotta get it, put it in you. All right. So yeah, so look, man. Let me roll us again. Just to say again, guys. The member section is up. The member section is up. It is just a one-time, 1-month fee that you pay every month to become a member to support your boy HH, where there will be exclusive videos and you can choose which film to watch with me. You can choose which film to watch with me. And coming up for this week, the cinema club will be open, and we may do training day this week. So training day may be done this week as an open invite for everyone. So I'll maybe explain it much more in a video this coming week. But yeah, so guys, tomorrow, because the football dugout is from 8 p.m. tomorrow, our live show will be going at a slightly earlier time of 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. BST the live show will be tomorrow. You'll see what the topic is by the time you wake up tomorrow. I'll have to think about it tonight. So tomorrow, let me do it this way. What topic do you want for tomorrow? Let me ask you. This is what I'll do. What topic do you want for tomorrow? And I'll see which is the one that's, because guys, I told you these topics are not my topics. It's for you. The main topic is chosen by you. So what main topic should we have for tomorrow? And then I'll. Okay. So what main topic should we have for tomorrow? Oh my God. So let me just say a few suggestions of what topic to have for tomorrow. Put it in there. What topic to have for tomorrow? Remember, non-football. This is the non-football thingy, man. Okay. So we have after death, singers. Okay. I think I'm seeing a few interesting things, man. Okay. I think I've got an idea. I think it's between 3. Setting 3. I think I know what we will do. I think I know what we'll do. All right. So guys, remember, become a member by clicking in the join button. Get access to extra perks as well as choosing what video you want, what films or cartoons or anime you want to watch with your boy HH. But beyond that, I will see you guys tomorrow from 6 p.m. BST.